Everybody, happy Friday. It has been a full-on week for a lot of people. And I have had these conversations with people, and I know how difficult it can be sometimes to keep your emotions in check, to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your needs first. But I want to say something tonight that I thought was such an important message after having this long conversation with someone. It's not healthy to be needed, meaning I don't want to be needed. If having a favor asked of you and doing something for someone is one thing, but if you are trying to fill a void or an emotional place inside of you that needs to be taking care of someone else and needs someone to reach out to you because they need you or dependent on you, that's not a healthy relationship. That's not a healthy connection. So being able to get to the place where you find your emotional balance is really important. So I am going to start off this coming week and focus on that as the week goes on finding your balance emotionally. Because being a grief specialist and wellness for now over 20 years, that is really critical for all the other pieces to fall in place. So in my book, I've done one-on-one, I've done private groups, but then I've also done 3 workshops, and they're called ESP, and that's emotional balance, then spiritual balance, and physical balance. And most people try to do it the opposite way, but you need to really get your emotions in check in order to find the place inside you that is loving and kind and caring. And you don't always put someone else's needs before yours. You can't do that. Now, of course, when you're raising children, there's exceptions to rules, but there's even boundaries there that people don't set when they're old enough to do things for themselves or pick up after themselves or make themselves a sandwich. We still continue to do it years and years later, instead of finding that self-care, again, taking that time for what you've needed or maybe what you've had to, I don't really call it a sacrifice because it's a act of love when we're raising children and raising our family, but sometimes we just let ourselves run empty and then we stay on empty. And then we wonder why we're exhausted and we don't get what we need. And then we want someone to give us back what we're giving them. And they don't have it to give, or they don't want to give it because they don't feel that same obligation. Oh, you deplete yourself. So again, we'll focus on it as the week goes on. I hope this message finds you well. And I hope you have an absolute fabulous weekend. And I will do the weekly video starting out the week on Sunday. Have a great day.